Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Buair Hassan and my partner with whom I will be recording this presentation is Fasih Khan. The topic we are going to present is disaster management. The domain of disaster management that we would be talking about is flood relief. Before we dive deep into the NGO that we have chosen and the work they are doing, we will first highlight the damage done by the floods. We'll first look at the geographical view of damage caused through a map, and then with the use of stats and data, we will tell the total damage that has been done in the country. According to the data that was updated by the National Management Disaster Authority (NDMA) on 15 September 2022, it can be seen that floods have severely affected Pakistan. The different colors on the map show the intensity with which the provinces were affected. The dark pink color shows the areas that have been very severely affected by the floods, and the damage they did in those areas was very massive. The orange patch shows that these areas have been severely affected, whereas the peach area shows that these areas have been moderately affected. Now we will look at the destruction caused by the floods in the whole country. So approximately 6.6 million people were affected by these floods. 1,500 people have been dead, and this has meant 26% rise since 1st September. It can also be seen that 13,000 people were injured, and it has been seen that a 50% rise has been seen since 1st September. Around 500,000 people have been people are in camps at this moment. It can also be seen that 4.4 million acres of crop have been lost, and it can be seen that the prices of vegetables will increase in the future. There has also been noticed that almost 900,000 livestock has been lost, which means the people whose main source of income was livestock, they are now unemployed. Now, there are many individuals and organizations which are doing flood relief work. Some of these are JDC, Hussaini Foundation, and others. But the organization that we have chosen is IFTA Welfare Trust. These organizations are working in two phases. One are doing basic relief work, and the others are building homes like bedroom home and three bedroom home like these. So the IFTA Welfare Trust is also working at right now for basic flood relief, and then after the areas flood, they will also make homes. So IFTA Welfare Trust has been serving since 2008 as an independent, non-government and not-for-profit organization. It has been running 14 different projects, but its main focus is on health, education, water, and social well-being. And apart from giving assistance to the people in Sindh and Karachi, it has also been providing its services in Punjab, Balochistan, and Skardu, Gilgit-Baltistan. So what is IFTA doing? IFTA is giving ration and food for flood victims. It has made a city of 200 people, like it has placed tents of 200 people in Balochistan. It's also made an infiltration plant in Balochistan. That is, they are taking the flood water and then they are reusing it to make water that is drinkable and usable for the people. Apart from that, they have also doing flood relief in Khairpur and Badin, and they are also giving to support to IDPs, which are internally displaced persons. That is the people who have come to Karachi and they are giving them a home, a shelter to live, and also food. They are also giving them food also. So how if the welfare trust doing this work? They are doing this work primarily through volunteer work. There are volunteers who go to the affected areas, and those volunteers who are not able to go to affected areas, they have contacts in the areas of Sindh and Balochistan, and through the contacts and relatives, they are able to help the affected ones. and their transport also they use lots of modes of transportation, but boats are also used to transport because in water only boat can provide relief to the flood affectees. So this NGO is mainly campaigning to the social media and Twitter. It has also this organization also has a Facebook and Instagram page. Also, they are also posting their posters and flyers on Facebook pages as well. So this is mainly their mode of campaign. So for transparency purposes, so for transferring purposes, they daily upload photos and videos on their Facebook page, and then they also make reports of the different work they are doing, as well as they are also doing internal and external audits. They are also registered with the FBI, which means they also pay the tax regularly, and they also have a MOU with Economic Affairs Division. That is, they are a registered organization and they are working tremendously very well for the people of Pakistan, as particularly the areas in which there is a flood affected. Now, Fasi will take over the other slides.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to be talking about media coverage for IFTA. Basically, IFTA has, since it's not so financially strong, it has little to no media coverage. They have their own small social media team who market their campaigns, especially and this as you can see from the flyer, as you can see from the poster on the right. This is a poster about the flood relief effort, which is telling us about the devastating floods that hit the rural areas of Balochistan, and where countless victims were left homeless. And it was basically a request for donations for these people uh, through these flyers and posters. Uh, and these are posted on their social media regularly, and they are posted throughout the year, basically, so that they can keep the people in loop and build more trust among the people, even though their media coverage is not that much, even though they don't have many big sponsors to finance their media coverage, but they still try to make do on their own. Next, we have the modes of advertising uh, that they use, which are mainly flyers, reports, and round-the-year activities. Uh, Flyers and reports are primarily used by IFTA, as I told you guys in the last slide. But these one, as you can see on the on the one on the as you can see on the flyer on the right, they talk about their medical camps, rebuilding houses for cooking food, etc., and many a multitude of things that and activities or events that they are currently holding or they might potentially hold. But the most important part here is that these modes of advertising are constantly put on the social media throughout the year, because the most important fact, according to the interviews we had, according to the interview questions we asked them, was that they need to build trust among the people, because that is the most important thing. By keeping them in the loop through social media, they can keep building trust and keep acquiring donations in order to further help the people ahead and like make a cyclical, how should I put it, a cyclical uh, loop of trust with the people, the affected, and themselves, in order to like make the organization more stronger in its impact. Basically, the designers here, as I said previously, they're a team of graphic designers, a small group of graphic designers who work primarily in donor reports, flyers, and posters. One such donor report, actually, these kinds of reports where they provide statistical data uh, are used a lot on their social media. As you can see, they have written numericals for the medical camps, for their food, medical supplies, and biscuits and rations, etc. They, as I said before, they keep posting these statistics regularly on their social media, so that they can always keep the people. As far as we gathered, we think that there, because of the transparency, honesty, and uh, trustworthiness up till now, the kind of design that they uh, have a framework of is honest design, because everything that they have, uh, every donation, every fundraiser that they have collected money from, everything that every promise that they've made, they've lived up to, basically. So, and they even and everyone knows about it because of their social media handles. But however, I think it's not enough, because the coverage is not enough. They need greater coverage so that they can um have an even greater impact. Being having an honest design is a very rare thing in these times, but this needs to be happening on a much bigger scale. So basically, they primarily have volunteers and no paid workers. These volunteers act as, since they're not financially that not that financially strong. These volunteers work on or work on site, off site, on social media handles. Even some of the volunteers are even heads of their own personal different projects, such as philanthropists, or many other different individuals who are even entrepreneurs. The main problems that they faced were remote area inaccessibility. This is due to the fact that roads are extremely broken due to floods and muddy. Predictions of rain are not even confirmed for the next year, or for the next month, or even the day. So they don't. So they are always operating under a lot of uncertainty. Uh, Adding to that uncertainty, there is this issue of transport cost. For example, in Pakistan, especially, the prices of have increased so much that it has become an extremely big problem for them, because they have to cover huge distances across huge terrains, and this also causes like a lot of security risk, especially in places like Balochistan, where which is known for having many high risk areas. Uh, and also, there's this issue of logistical issues which happens everywhere, which is not a surprising issue, because they might lose things along the way, or things might not be recorded properly in that country. When we asked them about the success, they said that operations have been going successful so far. This is not to say that the operations are going perfect. It means that they have been going relatively smooth. As I've said in point to it they also said that they have a lot of minor problems. But the reason I use the term relatively is because every business, every organization, or every startup have their startups have their own problems. Uh, which are a part of every business. So, but generally speaking, their organization's efforts have been going swiftly so far, as can be. And the third point here was that the work is ongoing, so they need people to have patience. They have two kinds of ongoing relief processes: urgent relief and rehabilitation, which is making new homes. So it's not it's a gradual process. It's going to happen slowly but surely. Our reflections from this presentation were that they need a significantly more social media coverage to have a greater impact on people and greater awareness amongst people. The relief work should not stop, because they need to constantly report these activities and events that they're doing and post the results, so that they can build trust among the people. And instead of hoarding and jacking up prices when floods happen, people start to hoard up stuff, because emergency supplies tend to run out very quickly. Uh, so instead of hoarding and jacking up prices, people should empathize with the people who might be affected severely by these floods, and contribute to assisting them by remaining patient. And all of this process, of course, takes a lot of time, so people should remain patient and consistently support. So as designers, I think we can contribute to it by firstly by building better roads, I guess, and seepage and a better seepage mechanism. Because in countries like America, roads don't collect water so easily, like Pakistan. The roads in Pakistan do, because they have an excellent filtration system. So we need to campaign for that, and designers should also charge minimal fees or offer the services free of cost to NGOs in order to like improve the reach of the NGOs and so that they can have a greater impact. And lastly, I think we and a technique that we can use is SEO optimization by writing content in such a way that has an accurate and adjusted keyword distribution so that Google can rank that content amongst the top searches when we search for relief work and so that which can in turn consequently increase awareness. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you everyone.